If you're a Christian single woman, one of the most confusing guys to deal with romantically is the deep thinker. A guy who's a deep thinker is going to interact with a woman in very different ways than what she's used to. His words can be misunderstood. His timing is going to, be abrasive to her, what she expected, and things just are going to not click right away in the beginning. And the temptation for a woman dealing with this type of guy is just to get frustrated and move on. However, while many of these guys will require extra time and energy in the beginning of this relationship phase, the effort is often rewarded for those women who put in the effort with these guys. So if you're a Christian woman and you may be interested in a guy like this, or maybe a guy like this is showing interest in you, here are 3 things you're gonna wanna consider when you're dealing with a deep thinker. And I also wanted to quickly let you know, if you're a Christian single woman who wants to be in a godly marriage one day, I just released a new book, and it's called Invite Him, 16 Rules from Ruth to help your future husband find you. I go through the book of Ruth verse by verse, and we look at how God gave us this amazing example in scripture of how a woman can participate in the process towards marriage without leading and pursuing the man. And to celebrate the launch of this book and to get it into the hands of as many people as possible, I am offering it for just $5.99 until October 13th. After that, the regular price will be $15.99. For more information about this Bible study, feel free to click the link in the description of this video. Number 1, when a deep thinker is interested in a woman, he's usually going to move very slowly because he's also moving very intentionally. The reason for the slow pace that a man is moving at should matter a lot to you as a woman, because there are some guys who are going to move slow because they're passive and weak and afraid and they don't want to get rejected, or maybe they just don't know what they want. And that is very different from the motivation that a deep thinker will have. They, in the beginning, will look very similar to a passive guy. The signs will be like, wow, this guy's just so scared or so passive. But if he's truly a deep thinker, that's not what's going on. One reason the deep thinker takes a while in the beginning to do something proactive is because he's processing the data that is being provided for him before he does something. Now, it's true. Some of these guys just overcomplicate things. They think about words that you said that just don't matter that much. They're reading into insignificant points in the relationship dynamics that just don't need that much time and attention. That's absolutely true. And that may be a weakness of this type of guy. But one benefit to this type of guy is that the time he's taking up front to process the information about you and the relationship is actually going to speed up the more important parts of the relationship going forward. The best way you'll be able to tell is to just give it a little bit more time and see what he's doing with the time that you're providing. A passive guy is just going to continue to be passive. Nothing's really going to change. But a deep thinker is going to use that time wisely and come up with an insightful, reliable plan to actually pursue you. It's like building a house. You may be really excited to paint the walls and decorate with new furniture, but it will first take a lot of time to lay a good foundation. By rushing the early parts, which might seem boring to you, you will be rushing some of the most important steps. The same is true when it comes to relationships. A deep thinking man is good at laying a solid foundation for many years of fun and love together. Number 2, when a deep thinker is pursuing a woman, he often moves towards commitment much faster. Deep thinkers need a lot of upfront investment. They're not going to waste their time with a woman who isn't giving them time to process and to take things as seriously as he is. However, once he does feel like he's got a grasp on what's going on, then he often goes a lot faster than the other guys. A normal guy will have a steady rhythm. The beginning phase, middle phase, and end phase kind of have some symmetry to them. The deep thinker doesn't like to play around in the middle phase very much. The beginning takes a while. he likes to kind of skip through all the fluff in the middle and likes to get to the serious stuff. Because he processes things so deeply, this allows him to feel much more comfortable making commitments compared to most men. Proverbs 13:16, wise people think before they act. Fools don't, and even brag about their foolishness. Now you want to be careful here because some guys are just flaky and they'll make commitments because they're excited and they're emotional and they're not deep thinkers. And they're just like, hey, let's jump this middle stuff and just get to the serious things. And you want to certainly be careful with those guys because easy come, easy go. If they're just making a blind commitment and they're just going to leave just as quick. So you want to make sure you're actually dealing with a deep thinker here. Now, this way of thinking by a man who is a deep thinker and can just kind of, go from 0 to 100, that can be scary for a lot of women. And that just might not work for a lot of women. Now, here's the good thing about a deep thinker. If you give them information to process, to help them see a different perspective, they're very good at that. They're going to say, oh, okay, I understand logically that not everyone is wired the same. And this woman is not wired the same as me, so I need to slow down and give her more time in the middle phases. And if you just verbalize that and make it logical to him, he will understand that because he's going to process it and think about it. So the biggest tip I can give you if you're dealing with a guy like this is to just be very clear. Talk to him. Make him understand with your words your personality type, because that's his personality type. He just needs to understand, and usually he's going to be very reasonable. And number 3, a deep thinker pursues a woman when he feels like she is engaging his mind. Deep thinkers just don't enjoy small talk. Now, they know that they need to do it sometimes, and they do it to be polite, and they do it as an act of love, knowing that you just can't jump into deep conversation and connecting deeply with someone right away. And they understand that. But they definitely don't crave the superficial relationships. They don't want to have a bunch of people that they kind of know a little bit. They would much rather have a smaller group of people that they connect with very deeply. So another great tip I have for you is that just don't force it. You might just not be a great fit for this type of guy, and he might not be a great fit for you. Because if you don't enjoy deep thinking, if you don't enjoy talking about heavy things, deep theology, issues that really don't have great solutions, and that's why he likes talking about them because it's complicated. If that type of thing exhausts you, then this isn't going to change with him, and it's probably just not a great fit. But if you are the type of woman who also enjoys these types of things, then all you really need to do is just be yourself. Because a deep thinking guy is going to be attracted to you when he sees that you're processing like he is. For more information about my new book, Invite Him, 16 Rules from Ruth to Help Your Future Husband Find You, you can click the link in the description of this video. There's also a deal going on right now where the book is just $5.99. In the future, after October 13th, the regular price will be $15.99. I'm Mark from ApplyGodsWord.com. Until next time, God bless.